This is Hannibal here, coming at you from the Hannibal TV on YouTube with a daily wrestling news update for you. Bad news for WWE. They still got John Cena on the roster for another month, but they just for the very first time had a Raw that didn't crack the top 10 English language shows on Netflix. So Netflix is paying them billions of dollars for Raw, and the show did not crack the top 10 for the first time, and it's just going to continue to go down. That's just the reality of the situation. Hey, by the way, did you hear that Austin Theory was the big surprise at Survivor Series, where tickets were $4,500? It's not The Rock or Chris Jericho is a surprise. It's Austin Theory. All signs seem to be pointing that Jericho will be joining WWE next month. It's just a better way to finish out your career because as unentertaining as WWE is these days, at least there's a lot more eyes on the product than AEW, which is finishing. I believe they are in Europe at some point this month, where I'm sure they'll do better crowds. But I know they're at the Hammerstein Ballroom towards the end of the year, smaller building, and they're starting the year off with a residency in like a 700 seat building in Chicago. So that gives you an idea of where they're at when you're starting it off in such a small venue, which is it's better to have 700 people in a building that seats 1,000 than 700 in a building that seats 20,000. At least they're getting away from the bigger buildings. There's a lot of people speaking out about the length of these AEW pay-per-views are like 5 to 8 hours long. I've heard Bubba Ray Dudley is speaking out about them too. Not only is it, unless you're a super fan, who has that type of attention span? But the other thing is the cost of bringing so many wrestlers in, paying their travel, hotel. It just puts the cost up to astronomical levels. On the other side, WWE is doing pay per views with like 5 matches, very minimalistic. I don't agree with that either. There should be some type of happy medium in between. I saw Vince Russo posted today that I guess the JCW Lunacy event last week they're taping, which was his debut on the show. Apparently, he got 30,000 more people watching it than normal. So that's good. Hopefully, they can keep that momentum up. There does seem to be a lot more buzz for JCW than for NWA and MLW these days, by far. In other wrestling news, this is another thing I don't like about wrestling. Okay, say what you want. Some of you people might like this, but it's not my taste. Alicia Taylor apparently did John Cena's final ring introduction at Survivor Series. I guess that's the WWE ring announcer. She posted a picture reflecting on it, and he responded, quote, matches and moments are only memorable if we all believe in them. Thank you for being the driving force to help audiences around the world enjoy and invest in these moments. It's all about storytelling and moments these days, these magical moments. I didn't hear much about Survivor Series being any good. Congratulations, Johnson. You just won the IC title. You lost it. I know they're giving Dominic a big push. I didn't even remember Survivor Series was on. That's how much interest I had in Survivor Series. And ooh, these magical moments, you better tune in because they're written by Triple H and they're beautiful magical moments. Ugh, that's not my style. That's just not my style. If it's yours, good for you. You're one of the people that like it. TNA that hasn't even topped a rating. They haven't even got a 0.01 rating for within recent memory. They are doing better since they've joined forces with WWE, but they haven't even hit a 0.01 rating for a long time. Apparently, WWE helped them get a new TV deal with AMC, where they're actually going to get money for this TV deal. And this is part of their partnership with WWE, helping them get them onto a better network. Apparently, right now their television show is on in about 35 to 45 million homes on Access TV, and they're moving to AMC, which will get them in about double the amount of homes. My main thing is, do people actually want to watch all? Because you got AEW, TNA, WWE Raw, WWE SmackDown. I don't know if Ring of Honor has a show or not, but there's another one that doesn't have any buzz. But there's just a lot of wrestling. JCW now, at least JCW is a very different product, very different. Um, I'm happy that they let me post some clips on there, and I do like some of the stuff on it. But you can certainly say at least it's an alternative. Um, Ronda Rousey might be getting into boxing. Apparently, she's looking at potentially having a boxing match. This is strange because she's had concussion issues. She got knocked out very quickly her last couple of MMA fights, and she even claims Stephanie McMahon gave her a concussion from a slap. So, unless she's getting paid a ridiculous amount of money, I don't know why she would do it, or if it's going to be some type of something special. Ruben saw Survivor Series, and it wasn't a magical moment for him. We're all about magical moments. We're all a big family, and we get together and we tell stories, and we have magical moments. Could you imagine Bruiser Brody saying that? Mad Dog Vachon, or even Abdullah the Butcher? I mean, I'm just. Could you imagine Randy Savage? Oh, I'm all about creating moments. I'm all about creating moments. Doesn't make any sense. Dave saying stuff like moments, memories, and cinema in regard to wrestling is nauseating. I agree. Yeah, Adam, I don't think that's going to happen. It wouldn't be fair, but I know Marty Jannetty was calling me an idiot the other day. How many Harvard professors has he interviewed? Because I've done like 6 interviews with Avi Loeb, and yesterday I did a very enjoyable interview that has over 2,000 hits on Facebook. It's also on YouTube, but with Harvard scientist Dr. Rudolf Schilt. And we talked about all kinds of things: black holes, quantum physics, and consciousness. It was very good. I highly suggest any of my UFO fans check it out. By the way, apparently I also have no friends, according to Marty Jannetty, but I guess Gene doesn't count. Gene Sticko, one of my good friends and podcast partners. I got to give him a plug here because he was on Ross Colthart's show today. So, and again, he's a former Air Force intelligence, and he's a pure genius. But apparently I'm an idiot. Um, and I don't say I'm on the level of those guys, but I could talk to them for a few hours and not be totally lost. Frank says there's no way to recreate the golden age of pro wrestling. Sadly, I don't think so either. Ken Patera's. Could you imagine Ken Patera? Wrestling had outlaws, right? Outlaws and like real cool people like Ken Patera. I hate to say this, but like he was a true heel and you could believe in him. He wasn't telling stories. Ken Patera is a true heel. He would never say, "Hey, we're all about creating magical moments." Someone says Ronda Rousey belongs back in combat sports. Marty would tap with an uncle. The other thing I'll just say one last time. I don't want to talk about him. We've buried him enough. Um, he had ankle surgery, right? He actually had ankle surgery. He sent me the name of his ankle surgeon. So I don't know if he's still trying to sell it to her, but he had ankle surgery. And my lawyer friend Brian uh, said he would qualify for Medicare at over 65 now. And there's other types of medical aid for poor people, which he probably used um, to get his surgery, which I think his doctor was in Marietta, and he said it was the best ankle surgeon in the country. So I don't know what the status of his is, but he's not my friend. Let me just say one more time: a real friend is Gene here, my good friend Gene, ex Air Force. He's never charged me for an interview. Real friends don't charge each other for an interview, and when you demand real friends don't demand more than they're worth for an interview, and when you offer them a lower amount, they don't go and spread lies about them either. So good riddance to you, buddy. Um, and I appreciate. Hey, I'm over 508,000 subscribers. So since you started bashing me, I was at 506. So I got about 2,000 more subscribers in the last 2 days. So thanks for the plugs, guys. I'm off for my second workout now. Have a great night.